Hey guys, Pam here. So today I want to talk about the economy of necro settlers. I don't know if you're playing it, but some people do not like it because it's weird how like expensive stuff are, but at the same time, whenever something expensive, there's some ways to make more currency. So I want to talk about it. So you probably have seen that there are mods on your maps. You can use either use PoE map device or PoE map to check the mods. This is a community driven. Sometimes, of course, people will be trolling and will be posting shit that's not real, and this is where the poop icon comes in. But yeah, this is how you can see if you have stuff, useful stuff like wealthy. What is it called again? Sorry. Tumbling wealth. So here's an example of tumbling wealth. As you can see, there's a bunch of chaos and Valorb already. Sometimes you can actually get results too. Yeah, it drops a lot of them. So that's the reason why their chaos to divine is so big right now. You can see here again a bunch of chaos. So the way you go about it is there are some monsters that will be like rolling chaos orb, as you can see here at the top. Yeah. And whenever you kill them, they will guarantee drop you either a chaos, a valor, or exalted orb. Sadly, it cannot drop divine orbs, and that's the reason why divine orbs are such a high price compared to chaos orbs. See here, we have tumbling wealth, but on desert, someone says it was tumbling wealth, but there's 5 downvotes for it, meaning it's probably false. Again, for Palace. It's kind of weird because, yeah, there's no way to know it for sure. But if you see a lot of downvotes or poop icon on here, I prefer to use this because I just prefer the interface, but both work. Yeah, sometimes it will be false, so you have to double check it. Well, with all that being said, what happened is that since chaos and exalts are so common, the price of divines are through the roof. Right now, they're sitting at like 300 chaos for a divine. It was up to 400 chaos like a couple days ago. So, what do we do with this information in mind? Well, first off, everything is a higher price because chaos are pretty much worthless. But some stuff is static. For example, your crafting on your map device will always be 4 chaos. Well, if divines are 100 chaos, that's 25th of a divine. But here, this is like almost nothing, like 1% of a divine or something. So yeah, there's some stuff like that that are pretty useful. But the most important one is crafting with chaos. So I know we have a lot of cool stuff to craft with now. We have essences, we have harvests, we have fossils, we have metacrafts, stuff like that. But we kind of didn't use any chaos for a while. But I think right now it's super useful, and I'll be showing you how you can actually profit from it. All right, here for example we have a warlock boots, which are the best energy shield boots. The reason why I picked that one is because mine aren't bad, but they could be better. As you can see, I have a increased energy shield hybrid with an increased stun tier 5, and the flat one is tier 4, and also the increased energy shield is tier 2. The suffixes are pretty good. This is pretty much what I'm looking for. I could have tier 1 intelligence instead of tier 2, but I want to open suffix to get the all attribute. Well, yeah, so this is why I'm using it. Also, the base percentile is 90%, so as you can see on the top, the energy shield is 82, so I want as much as possible. I tried to get a 100%, but sadly no one was answering. Yeah, so what I'll do is just spam chaos until I get something good out of it and see what we come up with. So that base cost me 12 chaos. It ranges between 8 to 12 chaos for a 90% base percentile. A perfect one is usually like 20 chaos, but yeah. All right, so we'll see. So again, I'm looking for a high percentage of increased energy shield, a flat energy shield, and also like here the tier 1 intelligence. But since the chaos, see, this is a pretty. It has two good mods, like the intention plus the increased energy shield. But since the chaos are so cheap, they're like 300 chaos for a divine. You can easily spam them instead of using like let's say harvest or essences or fossils, which are all cost a lot. So just that, if we look at it, okay, it has none of the flat energy shield. So if I add a quality to it already, it will be better. And then if we just add some flat energy shield, it would add up to 230. So 230 energy shield with a 40 intelligence already sells for divine. So maybe those have intelligent movement speed on them, but no, see, not even. And it's going for a divine. As you can see, randomly you can do something that is worth something with super cheap kiosks. Since you have like 300 tries to get something that's worth one divine or more, right? Since the divines are worth 300 kiosks. So we'll keep that one. It's not the best, as I said, but still pretty good. And then we'll start from another base. So the reason I'm asking for only one is that he probably has all the base percentile mixed up, and I want a high base percentile. So yeah, that's why I'm buying only that one. If he had like all of them at the same base percentile, maybe I'd buy them, but so we're gonna just there, and then here we didn't get anything too hot, but we can always check it whenever we get it rare, and then yeah, we'll go again and spam some chaos on it. See, here we got the tier 1 increase in energy shield, which is awesome, but that's about it. The rest is pretty garbage. So, I mean, if you want rarity, maybe, but... here we have a low tier of increase in energy shield, but the tier 1 intelligence was pretty nice. Here we have mana, unfortunately, or else it could be pretty good, because as you can see, it's already 176 energy. 212, just like if you look at it, just that 210, nothing else is not worth much, but if you had like intelligence on it or something, it will already jump. And yeah, so we'll start over. Here's energy shield. Like, the intelligence is low, lightning also low. We're not lucky. Here we have the flat energy, some resistance plus intelligence, but the intelligence and the flat energy are both pretty low, so we'll skip over. 30% movement speed. Personally, I don't mind the movement speed. This isn't bad, since like someone who is using both shield and life could be using. So if we just look at it, like 150 chaos. So yeah, as I said, it's pretty easy. I'm not going to go until I get like an upgrade from this because it could take some time. But if you think about it, you have 300 tries to get something out of it. So yeah, what I like to do is just whenever I get something that's decent enough, I just stop, and then I'll buy another base and start from there. Here's another example. My helmet was also chaos crafted. I should be getting something better soon, but for now it's doing the job. As you can see, it has the increased energy shield tier 1. It has the hybrid energy shield and life, and I crafted some energy shield on it. I crafted it up to 45. And for the suffixes, like increase energy shield recharge rate is okay, but it's not the best. And the tier of intelligence is pretty low. The resistance is cool. But yeah, this is just spamming with chaos. And if you look at the price of it, right? So we will not count the life because I don't really care about it. And 460 inner shield, it goes up to 12 divine. If we were to remove, like, let's say the intelligence, maybe yeah, 4 divines. And just but not the resistance. So yeah, it took me like 30 or 40 tries on this base that cost me 15 chaos if I remember correctly. So yeah, you can make some pretty good items. Also, the body armor was made the same. So what I did is I actually bought a item 86 or more body armor, and then I used jewelry orbs and fusings until I get 6 socket and 6 link, and then I split it, and then I crafted both elves. But just like that with Chaos Orb again, and this was the better one out of the two. But as you can see, my prefixes aren't the best. It could be way better than this, but it was good enough. And yeah, this is what I'm using. The reason why I really like this body armor is as two of the suffixes I want. I want some resistance on it and a high tier of intelligence. Here I got tier 1, so that's awesome. Plus, I have an open suffix to be able to craft the increased attribute. The reason why I really need the increased attribute is I'm playing a intelligence stacking character, so I really need that open suffix. But again, as I said, this was crafted using a Chaos Orb. I didn't use any essences, no shenanigans. I didn't reroll the suffixes or prefixes. I took it as is. And the other one that I crafted actually sold for 3 divines. So, yeah. I mean, it's not much because it wasn't the best, but still, it's 3 divines. The base is like, right now, I think it's like 1.8 or 2 divines if you want to buy a item level 86 necrotic armor. So if you just spam some chaos on it, you might end up with something that's not good for you and just sell it, or something that's an upgrade for you. So yeah, my rings were chaos spam, but now they're no longer the case. This one was made with ROG. It's pretty good for my build. It has increased elemental damage with attacks. It has base lightning damage to attacks, plus the intelligence that's really needed for me, and some resistance. But then again, this is item level 81, so we cannot roll tier 1 of intelligence nor the resistance, so it could be better. This one was also made with ROG. But yeah, I would encourage you to just try to use some chaos orb, and also the more you craft, the easier it will be for you to know what's worth something. I see a lot of people who are afraid of crafting. I would say this is pretty much the best way to do it. This league is super cheap. Like chaos are so common that don't be afraid to just spam chaos on something. And sometimes maybe you will re-roll over something as was good, but it's worth a try. So in conclusion, just get the right bases and spam chaos and until you get something good. It's super important to get the right bases. Of course, check out the item level. You want to make sure you get the right item level for what you're looking for, and also the best base if possible. And you go from there and enjoy. As always, take care, guys.